Hello, church. I've been praying for you. I hope you're doing well. I want to ask, have you ever invested in the stock market? It's a pretty common thing. You take some of what you have and you entrust it to others to make it grow. And you always hope that it works well and that you can eventually get back more than you put into it. Well, I want to share a passage with you where Jesus uses a parable of a similar situation to make a point. It's found in Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. He told this parable to his 12 disciples in Jerusalem. It was part of a larger section where he's telling the disciples about his second coming, when he will return with glory and power to bring judgment. The basic message of this section is to be alert and ready for Jesus' return, because you don't know when it will happen. This parable is a bit long, so I'm going to paraphrase for you. The parable starts out with a wealthy guy who's going away for a while. He called 3 of his servants and entrusted them with his property. He gave each one a different amount. To one he gave 5 talents, to the next 2 talents, and to the other 1 talent. The word talent here is a weight measurement used for money. Actually, this is where we get the English word talent to mean special natural ability or aptitude or a gift committed to one for use and improvement. It's hard to say how much the talent Jesus talked about were worth because he doesn't really specify if it's a talent of gold or silver or copper. But regardless of which metal it was, we can be sure that it was worth a lot of money. It's clear that the master wanted them to put it to use for profit. The third servant even explained this in verse 24. It was a normal request at the time, just as we entrust our money to investment agents today. So it's no surprise when the master returned that he summons them, expecting to find more than he gave them. This was the case for the first 2 servants. To each of them he said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." The last servant, however, he was different. It seems he didn't think much about how to use it for profit. Instead, he just buried it to keep it safe. You can imagine the master wasn't very pleased with him. It's like if you entrusted your money to an investment agent who doesn't do anything with your money. He took the talent from the lazy servant and he gave it to one of the other servants. And he threw this lazy servant out. Now, I don't see this as a message about earning salvation. Salvation only comes through faith in the amazing sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. Rather, the main message of this parable is this: we must not take for granted what God has entrusted to us, but use it wisely to make it count for Him to the best of our ability. We can pull other lessons out of this as well. For example, first, God gives people different gifts. What matters isn't what we're given as much as what we do with it. Second, the only way to keep a gift is to use it to serve God's purposes. In English, we have this phrase, use it or lose it. Third, there's punishment for the one who won't try to honor God with what he's given. And fourth, if, however, we do use it, God will be pleased with us and will give us more opportunities to be used by Him. So what? So I want to encourage you. First, consider what God has entrusted to you. This could be a lot of things, including financial assets, properties, actual talents, acquired skills, and spiritual gifts. It could also include how you spend your time. Also, consider what you're doing with it. Whether Christ returns in our lifetime or waits another 1,000 years, we'll each have to give an account of what we've done with what He's entrusted to us. So let's be mindful and use what He's given to us for His purpose to the best of our abilities. God bless you, church.